phone decided to be a pain in the butt. The daggone phone. I was going to do something else, but never mind that. Hello, everyone out there. It's been a long time since one of these has been done. The last one was on Metroid. Was it Metroid Dread, I think was the title for that one. This is another Gamer Idea Foundry, number 9. Again, they have been so far and few in between, but I want to get them going again, as well as a few other things. And since I haven't had really much on my channel, I thought it was a good idea to start with one of these and have a collective talk about a Pitch for Switch video that I did, I believe it was last year. Might have been last, I think it was last year. I put it out for a Mii fighting game called Fight Me, where I had taken and used some Miitomo pictures and edited them and made them kind of interesting. Then they got followed up by Nintendo deciding that they were going to make their own fighting game me post after that. But I remember that happening. Like I still said I beat them to the punch. But for my guests, those that are joining me, I currently have Jay Fleming of the Game Cafe. Go ahead, Jay.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today?
Yeah, it was like kids kind of just like snuck up on me. Sorry. And then I also have Liger of Enduo, who is currently very busy at the moment.
I'm here. What's going on, guys? just for the background noise. I'm listening to you guys live. Sorry, I'm here. I'm here for another Digital Foundry because I was on the last one with Metroid Dread.
I'm not Digital Foundry. You gonna get me in trouble?
I don't start no trouble, man.
I don't make up mock-ups of games and then say one game looks bad because it runs at a slightly lower frame rate than another one.
Hey, before you know what? And I'll be honest to you. Before we go into the next one, we got this is kind of on topic from your last Digital Foundry. What you said again? What your podcast called again? Gamer Foundry.
Gamer Idea Foundry.
Foundry. All you Metroid fans who didn't buy who didn't roll Samus Return, F you. F all y'all. You got a good game.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew.
I'm sorry. You got a good game. You got Game of the Year and everything, and y'all still didn't go out and buy the dang thing, even though that's what you wanted. So screw you. And I hope Metroid. If Metroid Prime 4 don't sell 5 million, I don't want to hear nothing from no fake ass Metroid fans.
You gonna hear it. You gonna hear the entitlement.
Oh, I'm hitting entitlement. I'll hear it, but I don't like it because you guys basically is why the industry dying. But sorry for taking over your podcast, Andre. Go ahead.
That was perfect. That was. I don't even know if I have anything to say about that. Hey, Metal Mint in the comments and drinking orange juice, man.
Well,
why y'all gotta be going there?
You should listen to a podcast last night.
on a side note, I did get told that I didn't know anything about the Metroid universe by somebody when I did a Metroid podcast with Rob Arula to review, and I'm just looking at it. I had to go tell the dude where exactly in what game I was talking about. So yeah,
I remember that podcast.
I listened to it too, and it's kind of crazy how some people do that stuff because you guys are infamous. Jay, you both y'all said he's like other M. That's the bad Metroid.
I'm like, okay, yeah, but anytime I get the British Bulldog, an alien velociraptor, and shoot it in the mouth, I'm going to enjoy it.
I mean, what more do you need? Do y'all need the last ride and the rock bottom added in too? I mean,
I think that was the problem, man. They didn't have Stone Cold. They didn't have the Rock show up.
The Pikachu stunner.
Yeah.
The Peach.
Yeah, and they had Pikachu Libre jumping in, hitting people with a Stone Cold stunner.
Oh, trust me, she was stunning people like crazy. So hell, if you don't like her, she got 2 words for you, and that's the bottom line because she said so.
Basically. If you smell
Pika 316. Well, like get on to the both of you guys did see the video though, right? The picture switch video, the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
Me
The
Fighters.
link is in the description. The link is in the description for anybody who didn't get to watch it. It's basically just the concept for a me fighting game for the Switch, which I called just simply Fight Me because it was just
Fight Me. Yeah, that's what you call it. I forgot.
Together real quick. The basic premise is it's a fully customizable fighting game where your characters can have any moves that you want to give them. There are character weight classes, but that plays into like the types of moves your character can use and what type of character you're going to make, as well as the overall ability to just like build your own fighting game using Mii's and having like an engine that's similar to what Project Justice or Rival Schools, if you've played either of those, like which were amazing games and had awesome combo systems and they were fluid and fun. So like that was my thought process on that. Now there are some things I could add to it because I only really what's up Triple M? He just showed up on me and I clicked back and see him there. I didn't fully go through the whole idea. I just gave like a basic premise in like a 15-minute video. So if you want to check that out after listening to the podcast, if you're live, or if you want to go ahead and check that out before sitting through and listening to this as we go over what I talked about in that and kind of just like add to that idea. Like either way is fine by me. Like just check out both of them and tell me what you think either way. That's all I ask. Again, the idea is called Fight Me. Like, again, simple name, right to the point. You know, it's a fighting game for me. So, like, you don't have to overcomplicate that. But who wants to take the floor first about anything that they would like to throw in, or do you guys want me to just kind of like build it up some?
I mean, are we talking kind of like what they did in Smash 4 with the Mii's, but like on a Fight Me level? I mean, on a Project Justice type level?
Yeah, kind of like that, but like expand it definitely because, like, you know, like when with Smash 4, Mii's didn't have a whole lot of moves.
Yeah,
even though they had a few different classes. Like something that it takes that concept and expands it even further. Like you could even take that whole move set for all of them and just throw that in there and then just add other stuff to it.
Okay, so are we doing 2.5D or are we doing full 3D 8-way run?
No, I was doing 2.5D, more like Rival Schools, where you fight on the 2D plane and you can dodge back and forth like around each other and stuff. But like, so it's more fluid and more consistent.
Okay. Last question. Will there be a synchronized swimming part just like in Project Justice?
I mean, I didn't get to team moves and stuff because I didn't talk about teams in the video, and I was going to add that in here. So yeah, we can definitely go ahead and bring that up if you really want to.
Because the synchronized swimming part was the most ridiculous and alarming and mostly funny part of Project Justice.
It was funny, like, but then you got the moves where you got the characters all jump in the air and grab each other's ankles and like a gigantic pinwheel. So, I mean,
which was weird also. So
it was all fun though.
I think they basically played that up for laughs, but yeah,
they did. Or like the team move where you had Daigo as your backup and he come out and step in front of you and take all the hits and then knock out whoever was trying to fight you. So there's a lot of stuff that could be incorporated from that, as well as just like adding moves to the Mii's and giving them like their own designs and looks and like making unique characters for a game that people can play together.
Yeah, I would say this. Give the Nintendo Labo, and also that the Switch has the iCard reader. It'd be cool if you could take designs for the camera and incorporate it in there for that. So you put your designs in there because a lot of people do that. Just like they do a Labo, because Labo you could do the same. You could take a picture and put it on your design on your Labo, which is pretty cool. And then, like I said, you're right with the. It would be cool if they could incorporate do you guys remember the game from 3DS where you had to, what was it, photo Photo me? What else? I thought if we gotta do the photo, you go make your own beat 'em up.
Oh yeah, I remember that game. It was, I think that was DSI.
It was DSI. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the game, but I do remember that I remember the promos for it, and they show people taking pictures. You have to
yeah, and yeah,
pose for certain moves and stuff.
exactly. You have to pose for certain moves, and yeah, they did that
Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. That'd be fun.
because with that, you,
Where you can have custom poses added into the game for your fighter. That'd be cool.
true. That is true. That's why that's why I was when I was watching your video. That's why I thought I was like, you have that. You could if you want to do certain moves, or like JB said, that would be cool. If you could like put like you could do find a dummy and do a stunner on them or something. I don't know.
Well, it was more or less like I think it probably is better to start building it up some. The thing I was thinking, like I said, I want to go with the rival schools feel for how it plays, but I also want it to have a one-on-one mode and not just be straight team battling. Like I do want the team battle thing incorporated, but I do want it to have its own stable 1v1 fighting matchups too. So what I was thinking what Nintendo could do, like, and this is something that they would really have to think about because I would want them to actually have their own story incorporated in the game and like make their own make custom memes just for the game that you can extract from the game using like QR codes and stuff like that. And we got Spray Remix in here. He finally got in. Google stopped being so mean to him.
Yeah, my God. It took me like a couple phone retries, app closing the app, restarting that. It's just
Maybe you jump through the loop.
I blame Apple more than anything.
Yeah, it probably is Apple's fault. Like I said, I want the Project Justice Rival Schools version of a fighting format, and then have characters be able to be customizable. Put in I want it to have a base set of moves that the game already comes with, and for there to be updates. Like you know how Splatoon did free updates where you got additional weapons, additional stages, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have it like a continuous build up over like a year or two where they talk with different companies and they like incorporate stuff from the characters fighting game, like incorporate stuff from like SNK fighters, Capcom fighters, from the old Taito fighters, anything that they can really get their hands on as far as fighting games are concerned. Heck, even go ahead and talk to Arc System Works about pulling some stuff from their fighting games. So as far as like moves and stuff that they can add in for it, like just go gung ho, like pull everything from everywhere as much as you can, like just so that like you can have a whole lot of custom stuff in the game, but also to go to those companies and even just possibly get like avatar versions of the characters, like me versions of their characters, like a me version of Ryu and Ken and Chun-Li could be thrown in, or like a me version of Terry and Andy and Mai, or like any combination of characters you want to go ahead and do, like just as far as like building a roster of potential characters and building up move sets, having like formatted versions of the stages to fit into this version, like this style of game, as well as like having custom remix versions of all their songs, like just like what was done with Smash, where like since there's so many characters incorporated, like you get like the Smash versions of a lot of their music and stuff. Like, and I don't want to just like steal the show. If anybody else has anything they would like to add in at the moment, I say now is probably a good time to go ahead.
Dang it, Andre! Why did you have to had to speak about Terry, Maya, and Andy? It's like right in the feels.
Look, I ain't want to exclude Andy. Like Andy's my boy.
Hey man, I don't feel nothing when you mentioned Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li.
Huh?
I said I didn't have no feels when you mentioned Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li.
Like, but everybody knows Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li. Like I said, Terry, Andy, and Mai. Like it was just an equivalent matchup. That's all.
Yeah, they already have this.
Once the face of Fatal Fury, one is just, well, unless you play the games, you'll know who it is, and the other one, well, she got the goods.
Well, was there anything that you guys could think of adding? And I'm not talking about specific companies, because I also, when I was talking, I was meaning including Namco, Bandai, and everybody else, as far as like where you can pull character ideas and concepts from. Because throwing in a Hiachi in this, and like a Mihihachi in this would be an entertaining thing to see. So, like, that's not something I would be skipping out on.
Heck, how about Ryu from Virtua Fighter?
You mean the Kira?
Yeah, I forgot. So, my mistake. I mean, Akira. And also Li Pai Long.
Yeah, like just any of them, like any of those types of games. Like, I'd even take characters like from like beat 'em up games, like from Streets of Rage, make a me version of Axel Stone or a me version of Adam or Blaze. I'd like anything's open, because like you can incorporate a lot of their moves into this type of game anyway.
Or me version of Thanos so he can snap his fingers.
Did any of y'all mention Power Stone by chance? About because I was thinking about maybe getting some characters from those games too.
No, that'd be fine too. Like, again, like, it can be done. It can. All it takes is just adding a little creativity to it. Like, I wouldn't mind either way. Like, and then I was thinking, what roster size should there be for something like this? Like, how many blank spaces do you want sitting for people to make memes?
Because wouldn't that get like a little bit crazy because of the simple fact that like it could probably go limitless?
Well, I mean, there has to be a limit to the number of characters.
I would say 3.
Collectible.
No, I'd say 3. 3 would be the perfect number.
I was
3 would be the perfect number.
I was thinking like 2 or 3 from the more well-known fighting games, and then just 1 for like the more like obscure stuff that not many people know about.
You completely cut out on my end. I don't know what you just said.
I say about 2 to 3 from well-known franchises, and about 1 from like the more obscure stuff. Kind of like how they do in Smash Brothers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to start off, I'd probably stick with Capcom, SNK, Namco, and Sega. That'd probably be where I'd start, and then branch out from there if need be. Because I know each of them has a fighting franchise. They've all had beat 'em up franchises, and there's a lot of material to pull from.
Yeah.
So.
Or sometimes there's a mix, like this franchise started as a beat 'em up, but then it became like its own characters in like fighting games, like Final Fight. But
yeah.
Those characters became Street Fighter Alpha and 4 and 5.
Yeah. Like, either way, like, there's a ton of material to pull from it, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, anything else anybody wants to add real quick?
Like I said, the numbers. Okay, do you have a beginning roster, right?
Well, there
would
have to be at least a base roster, and I would probably say make that like 10 characters that they just make and put in the game.
Okay.
Like, limit it to 10, but you'd have to have a certain number of blank spaces. And I'm thinking, you don't want it to be too big because it could be overwhelming, but you don't want it to be too small because you know people are going to be making their characters to fill their rosters in. And then, like, if anybody's like me, they're probably going to be playing around with the idea of making the game where there aren't a bunch of clone characters of characters that they already know. They'll probably want. I mean, I'd want to make a bunch of unique custom characters that aren't exactly like each other. Like, you might have 1 or 2 moves that cross over between them, but you wouldn't have clone characters. But then again, there might be other people who might want to do clone characters and just give slight variations to how a move works or something like that, like what Sakurai does with Smash.
Anyways, yeah.
Sorry, kids just kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Surprise, mother. So basically, yeah. Yeah, I would say like starting off like maybe like have like a max cap number. Like I would say no more than like 30. I think that's a good like
I
number
got a
for
question.
Like
like
Okay, I got a question.
10 original characters and then like 20 blank spaces, or
Yeah.
10 original characters and 30 blank spaces.
I'll say it can be like half and half.
Well, I got a question. Okay, so you have what you just said right there. What about how about kind of okay? Just asking if we kind of like Smash, like you have 10 characters that's all different because you have different styles, and
Mm-hmm.
then your me character is basically mix and matching those styles to create your own style.
Yeah,
So the 10 will be the base of all the moves in the game. It'll be easy to program, and then you just combine, mix and match them to put it where you want to put it.
basically, basically, yeah. Your first 10 characters in the game would be basically to show you one how the game operates, um, what available options for move sets are out there and stuff like that. And then, like, yeah, if somebody wants to just clone one, they can clone them and change whatever they want to change on them. Like for just like to
Well,
just throw together a
if
quick
I'm just saying,
character.
yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, so I get like an example would be like, okay, say you have somebody who's light, fast, medium, kind of like a Mario, has the Mario, has a Hadouken or whatever, there's a fire or whatever. But you want to
Mm-hmm.
mix it with a Zangief kind of character. One of the characters is mostly a powerhouse character, and you say, okay, I want that, but still want with the Pikachu stunner or something, and you just mix
Yeah,
them in there. Like they're all different, but because with 10 characters and all the different moves, you have multiple, you have a combination of stuff you could have. But the thing is, if it can be balanced against each other, because one thing about fighting games, and I know you know this, and most of us know this here, balancing a game is difficult when it comes to
yes,
fighting
it
games.
is. Yeah, it is. And
That's
I think the way to set it up so it can be more easily balanced, and like you kind of hinted at a part of what I was going to talk about anyway, and that's the classes of the Mii's, like different size Mii classes, where you have a light class, and you'll have a medium class, and then a heavy class. Like some moves are universal among all of the classes, which will make it generally easy to program those for the most part. But then you'll have class specific type moves like you talked about with like Zangief with the super pile driver type move, like stuff like that. Or or say if you were to make a light character, and I don't know why I'm thinking of this character, but El Fuerte from freaking Street Fighter
Street
4
Fighter 4.
would be like the perfect example of a light class character. And then like medium class characters would be similar, like I guess you'd say similar in range to like a Ryu or a Kyo Kusanagi or like a
Got you.
I guess even a Dan, because Dan would fit in that size profile, even though he's a joke character.
yeah.
You knew somebody would get a chuckle out of that. Like, but he does fit in that class range, and I might even maybe make a fourth class, like a boss character class. Like, but again, that's more or less like they would have a lot of powerful moves, but then they'd have a lot of restrictions to them too. So it just depends on how they would want it to be balanced out. But certain moves would be part of certain classes, and like that way, it should help make it a little bit easier to balance it out. So you'll know, okay, these moves are in this set, and these are the things that counter these moves, like, and so on and so forth. Like eventually, it would be difficult to do. Like there's no way it would be easy, but if enough time was spent on it, I know it could be done. Like especially looking at how Sakurai does freaking Smash, like and how long we know that takes. Like so, I know that this can happen.
I was thinking, so basically, like
Ultra.
like the balancing in different classes. So basically, it's kind of like how they did in like Street Fighter Alpha 3 with the different isms. So it'd be like, oh, certain
Yeah,
move is only available with that ism. Like for Chun Li, her spinning bird kick is only accessible with X ism.
yeah. Because Xism is more like classic Chun Li, and Aism is more alpha Chun Li and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
which would be fine, but because I would want to give like super heavy characters most of the grab moves, but I wouldn't want to make them have everything. So like a medium class character could have something like a German suplex or possibly like a full Nelson type slam, just depending on how it, like just depending on what you want the character to do. But they wouldn't do anything like that shows like an extreme feat of power, like they're like putting somebody up on their shoulders and jumping way into the air with them or something like that.
Oh.
Just like light class characters would have, again, they'd have their own specialized grabs and stuff like that to kind of fit that character model, but just depending on what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, setting up the class is another way to balance the game more easier. So yeah, that's not bad.
But yeah, I thought about that, but like, because if you just throw all these moves in there and there's no like regulation between them, it's gonna get ugly. it's gonna
All chaos needs rules, man. You're right. It needs moves. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm looking at how it takes so long time to balance these kind of games, and throwing at these characters are what it is, and you have the different combinations of moves you could do with 10, like you just said. Yeah, and you need to have. And that's why I say it would be easier to go from the set that you had already. At least the game would already have it registered in the game, so it'd be easier to balance than to throw in people doing other stuff because it'll be too crazy.
Got a child screaming. Yep. What's wrong?
Yeah, yeah, Baby Mario. Here comes. I always say that.
Well, that would actually be interesting. Like, have a Baby Mario moveset versus a Mario moveset.
I know you're gonna take it that far.
I didn't even think. You know what? One thing I didn't think about for this is how I would like it to be like set up as far as buttons are concerned. I know I said I wanted to kind of feel and play like Project Justice, but I never really thought about how the controller layout should work.
It should be that well, considering like you know when you had the two Joy Cons together with the Pro Controller, like it has all the traditional buttons of a fighting game like Project Justice, but when it comes
you'd want it to be available to be played with. You want it to be available to be played with just one single Joy-Con, though.
Yeah, that's
so
the thing.
Might have to stick it to a 4-button setup. Kind of. Well, I think Project Justice was a 4-button setup.
I was thinking how they did Marvel's Capcom 3. You had a punch, a kick, and a special.
No.
And the top button was X.
I hate that. I hate that setup with a passion. No.
Oh, the 3 buttons. Well,
if I was going to do anything, I'd probably go with Marvel vs. Capcom 2 then.
Oh,
not 3. Not 3. I hated that setup for 3.
Yeah, the 4-button layout was pretty good in there.
Like that way, there's more versatility, and
it takes its 2 shoulder buttons to do hyper combo.
Yeah, like that for like team backup stuff would be fine. Like when it's a team or a team match or whatever. Ooh, like in that. See, that's why I like going through all this and talking about it. Like it brings up a lot of stuff because you got to think about your character's individual basic attacks. You got to think about their special attacks, and there would be a limit on the number of special attacks each character could do. But that's something that would have to be figured out in the long run, whether it would be based upon the character's class or based upon how much power the character has, like whether or not there might be individual stats for characters and stuff. But that's a whole nother kettle of beans that would take a long time to dissect and figure out.
Well, hey, I'm off what I did though, man. I mean, hey, Nintendo, man, you know they listen to Andre.
What the heck was that?
Because you know, I mean, I appreciate them being like unique and stuff, but like sometimes I'll be like, as a big like fighting game fan, like you know FGC and all that stuff. I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, man, sometimes I want a traditional layout for my games. Sometimes, but hey, Fight Me would be the game to do it.
It would be like because there would
quarter circle forwards, your quarter circle backs.
Yeah. And the thing I would think though with special moves, there would be the option to give a special move, just depending on what your character you want your character to do. Say you want their projectile be a quarter circle backwards and kick, because you want them to kick the ground and make a wave shoot across or something like that. Like, just depends on what they want to do with it, but you can give multiple different options, or even like let someone do a custom directional input in it and set it up that way too.
It's like
Sorry, I just had to do it.
Yeah, that's cool. Cause that's like currently that's like 4 ways, like using a traditional arcade scheme. That's like 4 ways to throw projectiles. You got like it's quarter circle 4, quarter circle back, half circle 4, half circle back. So.
And then sometimes the oddball quarter circle overhead, which I never understood that, but that's usually used in the air anyway.
Oh yeah, I mean, Sagat's Tiger Knee is like that in Super Turbo.
Yeah. Where it's like the half circle from the bottom left corner up to the top right.
Yeah. Like a not 360, like a 270 motion.
Yeah.
Weird shit.
Don't feel good. I thought you got the invite, man. He's in the chat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, about that, what you sent in the chat, that doesn't. Nobody was there. I had to go to the one that you sent privately.
Oh man, the bad thing is both of them came from the same thing, so I don't know why it didn't work. That's Google though.
I've never seen such like counterintuitive for an app in my entire life. Google and Google Hangouts.
They work well. They work well for one thing, and then the rest of it is kind of.
Like if I want to, like if I have to like go out for something, I have to like go on my computer, join, and then join through my app through the phone that way.
That's weird. But again, that's Google. Anybody else want to throw anything into the pot real quick? Because I mean, I'm accepting a lot of different thoughts.
Well, I mean, you guys were talking about the full circle, half circle, all stuff. I mean, if you're gonna do that, do it more through like the way Smash Brothers do it. If you want to go that route, then the half circle power move would be a little bit more stronger, but still have make it simplified for just bring people in. Cause me will want to go towards casual.
That's why I say having like a way you can do just like custom inputs for special moves, and like have it set up where you have a list of options that you can choose from, and then also option to just do your own custom input for the move in case what they have on there in the list doesn't work for you, or it works against something else that you want to give your character.
So basically 2v2 tag team would be like the most ideal thing, or just 1-on-1?
No, see, there won't be 2v2. It'll be 1-on-1 and then 3-on-3.
Okay.
I want 3-on-3 to be kind of almost the full rival schools experience, but just a little bit crazier.
Okay, Andre, that laugh of yours is very telling.
Oh, the what?
Now that laugh of yours when you were mentioning about 3-on-3 is very telling.
Yeah, because I would want it to be like rival schools, but I want it to be as off the wall as Smash Brothers is. Like, so just imagine somebody putting in a Mushroom Kingdom team of Mario, Luigi, and whatever third Mushroom Kingdom character they wanted to do a me after. And they have like a custom Mario special for a tag team.
I can see the third one could be from Sarasa Land, Super Mario Land.
I'm just saying.
I mean, it could be Toad, it could be Princess Peach, Daisy, Rosalina. I don't care. Like just the concept of there being a Mario team special, or if we're implementing some Western-based characters, then a Zelda themed special, or like just whatever you want, like where you like have a character taking place of Link, and he does the what was that Triforce combo called? Like the Triforce Barrage or whatever he used to do before they changed it to the light arrow. Having maybe a Ganon type character who's big come in and
Was
like
it
manhandle
Triforce
them.
Slash?
Yeah, something like that. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, Triforce Slash. Like have that happen, they knock that person knocks them over to the Ganon replacement or Ganondorf replacement where he just manhandles you with heavy hands, and then they knock them over to the Zelda character, the Zelda replacement character, and like you get hit with like either a light arrow or a magical spell, something like that. Like going back to the Mario example, where you have the Mario and Luigi characters jumping off your head for a good long minute, and maybe the third character could be a Bowser replacement. He does the turtle shell spin and then knocks you out. Like, there's a number of things that could be done. I'm just bouncing stuff off the top of my head. Like, but I also want them to like take off like the crazy rival school type stuff, where team, like Jay had mentioned before we started, like the synchronized swimming team up thing, where it makes no logical sense, but it still does damage.
Okay,
that was the best part of Project Justice, by the way.
Oh Lord.
You can't have a game like this and try to have realism in it, okay?
that is true. That is true.
But that's why, as much as I would regret this type of decision, I kind of want Capcom on this project because they're the ones with rival schools as their IP. But then I'd also want to balance that out with like having Namco Bandai be on the development side because I've seen how well they've worked with Smash. And have Nintendo
actually having
overseas.
a Project X Zone that's an actual fighting game.
No, I did. I had an idea like that too before, but I'm not discussing that right this moment. I think I did that for a Wii U video at one point. I believe I did. It was either Wii U or 3DS. I'm pretty sure it was Wii U. Like, so that video is kind of old at this point. I would like to go back and reprise that though, and actually probably improve upon that, but not right now. Like, but yeah, like this is kind of, I guess, when you think about it, this is something similar to that.
No, you're right. That is close to what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like, but this is using Mii's and every character is customized. So that means if this type of game were to become like a tournament-based game, there's nothing banned. Nothing can be banned. Nothing can be stopped because everything would have to be available so that people could actually play. Like, and part of the idea was to have like the QR code be reprised and be able to be used, sort of like what they did with Mitamo, with Tamagotchi Life and stuff like that, where you could have a specified QR code and everything that you put on that character would be transferred to that code and you can get it back. Like, so you can upload them at any point to anyone's game.
Okay, that's interesting.
If you don't want to do save data and stuff like that and take them across with memory cards and stuff, you can just do a QR code and break it with it.
That sounds interesting. And look at seeing as how that would be. Well, yeah, because the QR code would be simpler. I would think anyway. And it looks like
it could make it a lot. Oh, my children again. It could make it easier to transfer like character stuff of like, hey, like I posted my QR code online and I forgot my memory card. I can just bring my character like by looking up the code I posted, or you can put it online for other people to share.
Yeah, that's true. That is very much true. So that I can see that being a viable solution.
Mm-hmm. Like along with the QR code, so I'd also want to do like a separate character string code, like a password for your character, just in case someone can't use the QR code. You always gotta have a backup measure.
Backup, yeah. Always good to have a contingency plan.
Mm-hmm.
especially when synchronized swimming is involved. I'm surprised more people haven't played that game. That one and like Bloody Roar. I'm surprised more people haven't played those two. But yeah,
they weren't as popular, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, you're right. But
like, I was just thinking, like, if you could get like a fully customized fighting game out there on the market, it would probably be a very long-standing thing, because it would be a very unique thing in the fighting game scene. Even though there are fighting games out there where you can do custom characters or even like fighter makers, there's not really a dedicated fighting game that you can just take and play at any point in time and have your own characters in. Like, where it's an actual dedicated engine and machine.
And how much you want to bet it will be at Evo before Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity?
I wouldn't even need to bet. I know it would
be. But yeah, so I know you were talking the single player mode a while ago, and I just thought of something, man. Just because I'm in the minority on this, would you do the Subspace Emissary type deal?
Oh no, I was going to say I would do something like that, because
the side-scrolling platformer beat 'em up action game
like
that they made.
Maybe not like a platformer, but like think which Tekken was it? It was I think it was Tekken 5 that had it. Was
no, you're talking about 3 and 4. 3 and 4 had it too. I know what you're talking about. That little side-scrolling beat 'em up they had in there.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about the other one, the one that you played with Jen. I think that was in 5.
That was in 5, yeah. But the side-scrolling beat 'em up one was in 3 and 4 and 5.
Yeah,
it was in 3 through 5. I know it was in 3 through 5 because that was my favorite parts of the game.
Tekken Force.
Yeah.
You can't call it Me Force though, because that's a 3DS Me Plaza game.
Oh yeah, you can call it. Ain't nobody playing that no more.
But I would want them to build a story around the 10 characters that they made, and have your first character be the 11th character in the story. Mm-hmm. So like your custom character is like the newcomer, and they're kind of just getting involved in the world, but the other characters were already there. Like, so like you're like the guy that just got thrown into the situation, dealing with all these, I guess, these superpowers of characters, I'd say.
And the final boss is Reggie Fils-Aimé.
That wouldn't be a bad touch, honestly. Put Reggie in as a character you can fight with.
Yeah, like they did on that when him and Iwata, rest in peace, did that thing in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, which I honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, but what I was thinking is the story could be revolving around, like, I guess, since it's 10 characters, 10 different gangs, or maybe like 5 different gangs where each of these 10 characters, 2 of them to a different me gang, I guess. And you basically, your character's part is just to kind of take over and beat everybody.
Interesting.
Where you play the silent protagonist and take over the world of me fighters and stuff like that.
And the final stage is in at Nintendo headquarters in Kyoto.
Yep, that's just for giggles, just to do that.
For giggles, yeah. You like they actually showed a real building, and you're like outside.
But you standing outside, you gotta walk up to the building. You see dudes with sunglasses and suits standing there. Then they just wave you in. Kind of escort you to the final boss room, which happens to be Reggie's office.
Yeah. And you walk past Inklings and stuff like you walk past like everybody. Like it's an evil version of Disney.
So yeah, I would do something like that just for the comedy of it, and because it would get people acclimated to the game.
Okay, Seth Green, we just gave you the tools for a new Robot Chicken season.
Not right.
I'd have them write it though, for real. Why would you? I really would have them write it. Like, have them write the stories of the game, dude. That would be awesome.
I mean, Nintendo's worked with them before, so I don't think that would be an issue.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem because you saw what they did with 30 minutes.
God. Oh man, you're right.
Killing Nintendo fans, which was hilarious.
Not my problem.
Yeah. Come on, Reggie, give us Mother 3. But well, hold on 1 second to get that Fireflower list. So yeah, I mean, that would work. I think story-wise that would work. The only other thing, because since online is everybody has to have online because nobody believe in single player or story games anymore. You got to have their online tournament set up and all that.
You're wrong for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well,
I hear you.
Online would have to be there anyway because that would kind of spur the tournament thing.
Yeah.
So,
and then you have to let everybody that wants to be an Evo player or who fawns after Evo players to tell you how the only way you can play this game is if you play seriously or competitively. So everybody else that doesn't play that is not having fun.
Stop trolling, Jay. Stop trolling, Jay. Stop trolling.
What? I just said one thing that was repeated to me.
In truth, though, it would be a serious fighter, but I get what you're saying with your trollish nature.
I mean, no, it could be a true fighter, but I mean, your scenario sets up to be just a fun, happy-go-lucky fighter, man.
But no, I mean, it would be, I guess, treated like Smash, where it started off where it meant to be a fun thing, and then it evolved into something else.
Yeah, where
I kind of would leave
a party game, and then it got turned into something else because of reasons.
But I would leave the tools in place for it to be considered a contender for like a fighting game for tournaments and stuff like that.
Okay.
And again, because everyone has access to all of the same stuff, nothing can be banned. Because your characters are customized, they're built the way you want them to be, which means you can't ban moves, you can't ban characters, you can't ban outfits and stuff. So
that's the one thing I've never understood about the tournament scene is banning of characters. I'm like, hold on, you mean to tell me you can't play with this character? I'm like, you're still playing against another person.
Yeah.
If you're the best, does that even matter?
No, it shouldn't, but typically that's how they run things.
Yeah, because like I've always found that hilarious when I would hear that. And I'm like, okay, hold on, but you claim to be the best, so if you're the best, you should be able to beat all comers.
Yeah, you should.
No matter who they get.
That is true.
But I hear people complaining because I remember one time it was who was it that got banned at Evo? Was it was on Tekken? Was it Martial Law?
You got me on that one. I don't watch Evo, so you better.
And then it was the infamous Meta Knight and Bayonetta situation, which I still laugh at to this day. I thought that was just hilarious, but it is what it is. But for some reason, everybody kept Jigglypuff. If you want to talk about characters.
I mean, hey, if you don't have a problem with Bayonetta and Smash, you should have a complete problem with all of Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I agree.
Oh, really?
I agree.
I'm just saying, this is how that game is built. Bayonetta basically exonifies how that game was built as a Smash character.
Yeah. You got your Phoenix and you got your freaking Albert Wesker, who's OP as hell. Freaking A. All right. Trust me.
Shades give him extra power, extra abilities.
Yeah. Maybe he give extra abilities. All right. Crap. Freaking A. Anyway, let's digress from bad fighting games to good fighting games. I'm sorry. I do not like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'm sorry.
I don't either, so don't worry about it.
I just love hearing this. This is awesome.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. I don't like that game. Just was unbalanced as hell, and that's why I said. That's why I said before. Like Andre is pointing out, it's smart. Put all the moves in 10 base characters, and then I mean, can you over OP your character? Kind of, yeah, because you can mix certain characters, but it still has. If you balance it out very well to a degree, you kind of have. How should I say? I mean, you kind of have the game set up in a way that you can't, you still be a better character, like you guys was arguing about. Like you're saying that if you're the best character, you should overcome this. If you could build a better character.
Like, but the whole point of this is, so the character is the best fit of the characters you can make. So whatever character you take to a tournament, that character is you. Like, so down to the move sets and how good you are with them. So that should be the best of the best you can get. And then you're literally playing your best against someone else's best.
True, yeah. I get what you're saying. Now, I'll tell you the truth now. I would say something that would be annoying. I'm not lying, but it would be annoying. I would be annoying if somebody built 3 freaking, you say it could be a 3 and 3. I would be annoying as hell when it would be 3 characters, the same character. Like, it took me 2 characters to beat this one character. And you got the same damn character. It gotta be some way you can, like, if you get through it, the answer to me.
I want to do the QR codes and the character streams because that would be able to block somebody from making the exact same character.
Yeah, because again, nobody hates like, oh shit, I took 3 characters to beat Bison. You got another Bison, you asshole.
Yeah.
I'm just saying as an example. You don't want it to be the same character.
But you know, tournament rules would be set up so that people couldn't do that anyway. So,
no, I'm not talking about. I am not talking about tournament. I'm just talking about people who just want to enjoy the fun of the game. Yeah, that would be just annoying.
Like, so,
because you know somebody would do it, and it would probably be me.
Why would you do that, Jay? Come on, man. Show that you got skills, man.
Because it would be hilarious.
Oh, okay. Now you're just trolling.
Hilarious to me. So
yeah, see, now you're just trolling.
Yeah, it would be hilarious to me. So, yeah, I would.
So you can have a good laugh.
At least once.
Nah.
At least once.
Nah. You gotta find. I go with what you just said. Yeah, you can't have 3 exact same characters, man. I think 4 moves after if there's a way to code, like, okay, after 4 moves, if 4 moves are the same, you can't pick them because it just.
I don't know because, like, what if you want to make 2 similar characters and say they have like the same fighting style, but there are some subtle differences between them, like maybe this character does their kick different. Like, okay, I know what you're talking about because like what I'm thinking is like someone having a Ken and Ryu type thing where they have the same base set of moves, but then they'll have additionally other moves separate from each other because they do have at least 4 to 5 moves that are exactly the same. But then there are other variations of things that they do that are different.
No. I mean, you have variations, but if I'm saying like, it's just like Ken's Dragon Punch is different than Ryu's Dragon Punch. Ken's Hurricane Kick is different from Ryu's Hurricane Kick. So there's variations. But again, there are people, just as Jay said, there are just enough people who be asshole enough to create the same damn character because they just like, all right, and just be trollish. They would. And you know that.
But mine would be for strictly comedic purposes.
Okay. All right, Deadpool.
He's want to game cap it.
I call that an excuse.
I could just see just game capping like, oh well, he just rage quit. Next opponent. Oh, I don't know what just rage quit. Well, let's keep on going and see how many people are gonna rage quit before somebody fights all 3 of my Akuma demon-like creatures or me's or some hell or whatever Jay create. Man, I could see Jay doing that too. That's the sad part.
What?
He said, "What? I could see you doing that. I could see you screen capturing that to see how many people will fight all 3 your same characters, even though if someone that was being pissed off before they rage quit.
At least once." And then I stop.
Yeah, right. You gonna do that shit over again once you get the kick out of it.
like I said, one time and then I'm done. Then I wouldn't do that again.
I guess you. I guess I was listening. I'm listening on are the main characters gonna be kind of like old Smash? Do you have like how the gunner and the sword people do they have like essential things to do or not?
There would be the option for it. Like I don't know how many options you want to put in there, but I would want to put some of those options in just like so that people can have different things available to them. So you could have somebody who might use a weapon, but it's like a close range weapon, or somebody uses like a bow staff, like Billy Kane.
Gotcha.
Where it sounded like somebody just drove off in a hurry.
Yeah, no,
What
no,
was that?
no. I had to park my car outside. Sorry.
But no, I would want the options to have a Vega like character or a Billy Kane like character where they use like close range weapons.
Oh, okay.
Like have move sets based.
Well, I just wanted to see how, because again, if you don't want to have too long of a character again, you can make it a certain way. But now I'm just trying to see because again, I've seen how long it takes to balance these friggin' games, and again, Smash is one of the hardest games to balance because there's so much daggone characters in the friggin' thing.
Yep. This would be more because of the move sets and the character classes, but at the same time, man, you gotta take the good with the bad, I guess.
Well, again, I'm going with you, with what you're saying, Andre, to make it just fun. I mean, I know it'll be evil style people who want to take it to the next level, but in general, character, you want the game to sell, so you want to get to the more wider audience to play.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming from.
Would want a ton of different customization options so that a variety of people can play it. Like, so if somebody wants to build themselves a super simplistic character, they can do that. Or if somebody wants to build themselves a really technical character with a lot of combos, they can do that. It's up to them what they want to do with it.
I get you. I'm just looking at it to see what's going on.
Like I said, I know like it would be a super ambitious thing and it would take a long time to do. Check. If Nintendo ever considered it, I'd be enthralled just to see what they come up with. But I know it would take a long time to do.
Well, again, I could see them doing it, and maybe if I'm going to Nintendo as well, I think I'm gonna do it sort of like you said, sort of Smash that you could alter some moves, but then have it still. And alter some move, I have a list of whatever, and you could put, and basically they would say, okay, well, just create your own me and put them on that wireframe, and that's it. They won't go further than that because they want to make it too unbalanced.
Yeah.
But like I said, I know you're just trying to go creative beyond that. So that I'm just seeing again, it's all ideas. Throw the wall and see what sticks.
Either way, it's all about the fun. Like just the fun of just to see how many different people. I honestly would just want to see how many different people could come up with different characters and like who everybody taking their ultimate fighter and putting it against each other. That would be so interesting to see. Like I didn't even talk about like game modes or any of that stuff. Like having a mode where you can watch stuff or whatever. But like none of that stuff was even talked about because of how customization heavy this would be. Like it would take knowing it would take that much work. Like I didn't even worry about those things because those are like minor in comparison to the purpose behind the game. Like, but I would want to have that watch mode in where I could just take people's knees and throw them together and see what happens. Like who wins.
That is interesting.
Like, cause like if this ever happened, like how many YouTubers would sit down and like, oh, okay, like so I'm gonna take this guy's me, and I'm gonna take that guy's me, and I'm gonna put them together, and we're gonna see how all these dream matches go.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it happened.
So I guess the level of customization would be akin to like the WWE game, like but definitely a step further than those.
Okay.
Where you can set up your taunts, you can set your basic moves, your intermediate moves, and then your special moves, and like even if like super moves are incorporated, stuff like that.
And that does make sense.
So I'm trying to think of anything else that could just be talked about as far as like the customization aspects of it, but I think we've pretty much run the gamut for most of it.
Yeah, and since I couldn't join in too much on the single player point, I got it. So I would have to apologize, Game Idea and everybody else. But as Jay said before we went live, I got husband duties to do. So I'll catch you guys later.
Later.
Right, well, I was about to wrap it up anyway, so it's all right.
All right, catch y'all later, man. Peace.
So, well, anybody else wants to, like, after listening to this, throw their ideas down below. I'll definitely be commenting back and forth with people, like, over what could be incorporated into this and what other ideas could be added in, like what other things would be good for something like this. And like, if you want to talk game modes, any of that type of stuff, definitely leave some comments. I'm open ears for everything. Like, that's generally, again, what this series has always been about, like listening to other people's ideas and giving feedback back and forth, especially when it comes down to just talking about my own ideas. If like anybody wants to add in or give their thoughts or whatever, like, I'm definitely always open ears for that. Anything you want to go ahead and say, Jay, before we wrap out or like close it out?
No, I don't have anything.
Nothing.
Oh, I take it back. I do have one thing. The comments made by me earlier was just me having fun. So for those of you who get mad easily, deal with it. Okay.
Okay.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Man. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone.
Joking, people.
Thank everybody that joined in, that participated in the podcast, as well as those who listened in during it live, as well as those who listened to the playback. And though I haven't done this spiel in a long time, let's try to get through it really quickly. Gamer Idea Foundry isn't just my personal ideas, like, though I think we've only really talked about my ideas with the exception of the one time Triforce was on. But the Game Idea Foundry is just more or less a collaboration of ideas. Anything you want to talk about, like if anyone, like I've said this every time, if anyone wants to come on and talk about their own game idea, but like, I'm very willing to just give you the platform and take a back seat and let you talk on my channel for it. Whether you are a YouTuber or a regular YouTuber who does videos, or if you're just somebody who just likes to join in on comments, doesn't matter. Like, you want to come to the channel and do that, cool with me. Like, I'm always open to it. Like, if anybody wants to talk about it, and like, just let me know. We can set something up. Like, I have plenty of other stuff I want to go over, and like, the group setting for this is always fun because you can just bounce thoughts off of each other. Like, and like, again, my channel is about video game ideas, but when you hear me constantly talking about them all the time, like, that can get a little boring, which is why I like doing this, because other people can give their input and talk about the things that they like to see along with the stuff. And maybe sometimes they have better stuff to input than me. So that's why I'm like, I want to hear what other people have to say. So that's it. I'm going to wrap this up. If you liked it, like it, hit the bell, subscribe, whatever. Do whatever you got to do. If you want to get more of my content from my channel, go ahead and check out Jay's channel, which is Jay Fleming. Do you still do the Game Cafe channel separately, or is everything just one now?
Is everything just one now? It's under Geek Alley.
Okay, Geek Alley then.
Yeah.
And Duo, because he joined in. Sprite Remix, because he also joined in. You can check out their channels. I'll probably edit the description afterwards and just put everybody's channel links below. Triple M does not have a channel. I wish he did, though, because he says some things sometimes like you dude, you need a channel. Just make one, but he won't do it yet. Like, he can't do it yet. So yeah, like, we're trying to get him to do one eventually. But that's it. Thank you everyone for joining in. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me. And until the next time, please enjoy your games. And I'm not even going to say what I was going to say because it was going to be really troubling.